and I'll take a quick
Oh,
screenshot.
before you go in, you got a feather in your bank?
Feather.
Oh, actually, you could do that. Well, check if you have a feather in your bank.
Check if I have a feather in my bank.
Yeah.
What am I looking for? A feather.
A feather, yeah. See if you got a feather.
Just a normal feather, or?
Yeah, just a regular. Yeah. All right. So go to the Grand Exchange and buy a feather, and just leave it in your bank.
I'd rather
Well,
kill
actually,
a chicken.
I'm assuming you don't have the access in the Elite Dungeons chest. You don't have access to your bank in that chest, do you? There's like a quest to unlock it.
I don't think so, no.
Yeah. All right. So you're gonna have to bring it with you. Just one inventory slot with a feather.
Okay. What's the feather for? Okay. Explain when I get there.
Or you're just gonna go kill a chicken? That's actually smarter than going to a Grand Exchange. I'm
It's
just like,
Go on.
let me go buy a feather for 1 mil.
Well, to be fair, I'm gonna summon my spirit, my ghost army to do it. That's it.
Okay, cool. Even better. Stick your ghost on the chickens.
Yeah. So it's gonna be a very expensive feather anyway, because ectoplasm. I've got an inventory space, and everything's a lot more expensive than a feather. This did not go well. Okay, feathers. Well.
Alright, mission complete. You got your
Mission
feather.
complete.
Let's fight Seiryu. Alright. So ED1, how are you gonna go? Like what gear you got going, and what's your plan on your side?
Well, I was just gonna take your advice. Do I bring poison and shit there?
I think the first 2 bosses are poisonable, if I'm not mistaken. Let me verify that. Seiryu is not poisonable.
Okay.
Wait, Seiryu's head is poisonable, but the crystals aren't.
That makes sense.
So, yeah, I think I bring poison. Yeah, I do bring poison. But at Seiryu, I usually don't re-poison if I need to poison. If my poison is already going, I just leave it. It is what it is. But I don't. If I'm at Seiryu and I'm about to run out of poison, I don't re-poison.
Yeah.
Let's see. Sanctum Guardian, not immune to poison. And Masuta, let's see. Masuta, not immune to poison, yeah. So, you can bring poison. And if I'm not mistaken, Seiryu's head is also poisonable. Oh wait, no, it says immune. I don't know. Never mind. So Seiryu's completely immune.
Okay.
But yeah, the ads are also not immune to poison. So poison will help on the mobs as well. So I would say rock Cinderbanes for Seiryu. Maybe bring a glove swap.
Should I be wearing tank or power? Because I'm only in the T90 set.
I would say power armor. Because the ads hurt, but ED1 I feel is really something that you don't really want to be running tank gear in. I would say give power a shot straight up.
Okay.
And
what about familiar then? Hellhound over Reaver?
I'm gonna go Cow Demon to give us
Cow,
crit,
yeah.
And I want you to try Ripper Demon.
Ripper, okay.
Yeah, if you don't
I've
have
never
Rippers,
used a
I got
Ripper
you.
before. Yeah, I haven't got any, or any
Alright, I got
scrolls
you.
or anything.
And for the Ripper Demon, the auto setting, you want to set the auto fire to 1. If you're struggling and you feel like the power armor and the Ripper Demon is just too much, then get off the Ripper Demon, go on a Hellhound. Because to be honest with you, when I learned ED1 solo, I think in duo it's gonna be fine. But in solo, when I learned ED1, I was on a pack yak. This was like the first real boss I ever actually learned. Before I learned ED1, all I ever did was God Wars Dungeon 2 and Slayer. So it was the first real boss I learned, and I did learn it on a pack yak. So if you're struggling and you feel like this is too much power armor and freaking Ripper Demon, just get on the Hellhound and see if like you can do better that way.
Yeah.
Oh, and AoEs is huge. So your scythe, do you have your scythe keybound?
Yeah.
All right, you're gonna be using scythe like crazy. So scythe, all the AoE, all the mobs, when that's on cooldown, you're gonna want to use Threads of Fate and what's that shit called? The big turnaround spin move. What is it called? Crap. Volley of Souls.
The big turnaround spin move.
Turnaround spin move. So yeah, when you got 3 stacks and you're in a big mob, Threads of Fate, Volley of Souls, and you're gonna witness like all of them freaking collapse. And when you don't have that, Scythe. So that's gonna be your main 2 things: Scythe, Threads of Fate, Volley of Souls. And then for the bosses, it's just your regular rotation.
Okie dokie.
It's gonna be fun.
How does the health change in duos? Does it?
It does. It scales.
Okay.
I think it doubles. I don't know if it's double. Don't quote me on that. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not
Ooh,
that much
sorry.
of a group player, but I think it does. I don't know. I know it's more health though. It's definitely more health.
Okay, so there's not much chance of one cycling if I've got to compete with your TPS.
Nah, cause I struggle doing consistent 1 cycles even in solos. So I'm pretty sure Seiryu will be a 2 cycle for us.
Okie
Oh,
doke.
do you have Dominion mines?
No, I don't.
Okay.
What do
Oh,
they
by the
actually
way,
do?
I forgot to tell you. You know how you got a boss sometimes to pay for your bond and all of that type of stuff, and you try to
Yeah.
go carry pack and you hope that you get a drop? ED1 is like my secret key ingredient to always being able to have membership without paying like IRL money and paying with bonds and in-game currency. ED1 is like my savior for that. So if you learn how to do ED1, you're set. Like you don't ever gotta worry about bonds again. Even with them being freaking 150 mil nearly. Like even at that,
Yeah, how much
you're
are
still
they
good on
now?
bonds.
So I saw someone say the other day it had gone up to 140 now.
Yeah, they're like 140, which is horrible.
Right, so I've got all of that.
Zygamite.
So what? Yeah, so what does the Dominion Mines actually do?
So the Dominion mines in ED1 are used when you go up on the crystals. You like surge to one of the crystals and you get like super close to it. You drop 2 Dominion mines and each of those blow up for 10k each. So it's literally just free 20k damage on the crystal. And it helps with getting consistent 2 cycles and
Yeah,
eventually 1 cycles and stuff like that.
fair play. Okay, so we can get there because obviously I haven't got the teleport.
Oh, this is your first time at ED1. I don't know
Yeah.
why I thought for some reason that didn't like pop into my head that this is your first KC.
Yep, and I've not watched any guides or anything.
All right, cool. I got you.
I've seen people do it.
Okay. So I'm gonna go with the methods of how I learned at first because I've sort of changed some of this as I got better, but I'm gonna keep it like the OG way, like how I did it when I first got here, like when I first learned, because I think it's easier.
There is a bit of movement on the second boss as well, isn't there? I forgot about Sanctum Guardian.
Sanctum Guardian, yeah, there's some movement, some left and right movement. Not much though.
Okay.
You'll have to like click one. Oh, actually, if you get hit with a smoke, yeah, you gotta run and put it down somewhere else.
Okay.
It's gonna be fine though. It's not like crazy amount of movement. Like you click a tile somewhere, you sit there, let it drop, and then you go click a tile somewhere else.
Not too bad then. Yeah, I think the most experience I have with ED1 is probably just from watching your videos. And I watched your ED videos a long time ago now. Been a few months, a lot's happened in that time, you know?
Yeah, I get you. All right. You might want to save Threads of Fate and Volley for the big groups. So
Yeah.
this first group we're going to be fighting to bring the wall down, it's a small group. It's going to be like 3 or 4 of them. But then the next group we fight is going to be huge. So
Okay.
maybe save your Threads of Fate and Volley for them. This.
I love the Seiryu pet, to be fair.
Yeah, it's hella dope, right? Probably one of my favorite pets. All right. So I'm not gonna throw all the whole surge, bladed dive, and maneuverments of the dungeon stuff on you yet. Let's just take it nice and slow and keep it real simple. All right, you ready? You're gonna go to the left over here. Get in this corner that I'm in, and you just scythe everything down.
And bind. There it is.
Come over here, and you're gonna surge and bladed dive all the way to the wall, all the way to the end. And a lot of stuff hurts in this little area, so
Oh, where's my prayer gone?
if you need to eat. When we're all the way to the wall, you target the ones in the center. Use your scythe, for your AOE stuff. Boom! Look at that, they're all dead. Oh, look at that, you used skulls too. What a pro! You're a natural. You come over here, straight down. There's a little trick to gather these guys up, but I'm not gonna worry about that just yet. Protect magic and use anticipate because they stun you.
Okay. Gosh,
Zygamite.
fucking
You just get
squicks.
rid of these magic guys. We go right through this door, and once we're through this door, just stay right there.
Hell. Take a lot of damage.
Yeah, the ads hurt. They do. They do hurt, but you're gonna get used to it.
I'm forgetting my keybinds as well, which isn't great.
I actually gotta fix a few things. I got keybinds all messed up too. For these guys, you see these elite Sakadagami?
Sotakana, or the other ones. Hang on, let me step forward a bit. Oh yeah,
So-
yeah, the what the
Yeah,
Sakadagami?
the Sotapana, and the Sakadagami. The blue guys in the back, they hit you with mage, and they hit pretty hard, and they also stun you. So whenever I'm about to fight those blue mage guys, I anticipate before I go in.
Okay.
And also the antler dude, he heals his teammates.
So get rid
if
of
you
him
have-
first.
Yeah, if you have one of the blue guys super low, and then you see the antler guy like throw this green ball, he's about to heal the shit out of one of the ants. So you kind of want to prioritize the elite guy. I do this little trick to try to bring them back here. So the first thing I do is protect magic. I anticipate, and then I surge up to get their attention, and then bladed dive back, and then I kind of groups them up to where they're in a ball.
Sorry.
You don't have to worry about that right now.
Yeah, I was
figured
just
I'd
giving it a
do
go.
to show.
Oh, and apparently I had it on scythe. I suppose that this is something that's definitely going to be very different in a solo.
Yeah, it's everything in this game is harder in solo, right? Because it's like it hits
Yeah.
hard. You got less people, and it's all dependent on your output. But you could definitely get the hang of it. This is not. It's hard. I'm not gonna sit here and act like when I first learned Elite Dungeons 1, I didn't die. I lost count on how many times I freaking died, and I was getting frustrated and all of that type of stuff. But it is definitely doable. I strongly believe that you are capable of doing consistent ED1 runs.
Okay.
So then we ignore all the dragon guys, and then we hit these guys. This part is really important to kill them and notice that the barrier goes down. Because
Yeah.
it's the first boss. And this is where we're gonna tele out once the barrier is down. Alright, so barrier's down, go back to wars.
Okay.
And you saw all those things attacking us with magic?
Yeah.
That's gonna be reset when we go back. So when we fight the boss, we don't have to worry about
Oh, how do I get back now? Because I don't think we could just tele back.
Oh yeah, that's right. So it's gonna be complicated for the first kill, but
This could take a minute.
let's see. Do you have a ED2 or ED3 one?
No.
There's another way to get there. Is it Port Sarim? I think it's Port Sarim. Let me see.
To get to the Eastern Isles, it's Port Sarim. Wait, which island is it on?
It is on. Oh, Amanishi.
Amanishi. Where am I going?
He's zooming back and forth.
I always accidentally knock Surge when I'm trying to dive.
So he doesn't attack until we attack him. Or
Okay.
you step too close, then he'll attack. So this boss throws this little pink squiggly line at you. That little pink squiggly line, it's a range attack. So you might want to protect range if you're not going to soul split flick. Actually, I don't even think I soul split flick this boss. I think I mostly just protect range.
Okay.
So protect range, and then you're going to notice that he dips down. And when he dips down, he goes inside of his little hole. When he comes out of his little hole, he brings up a bunch of water with him, and he splashes us with water. That is a melee attack, and it hits hard for melee. So when you see him dip into his little bath,
Switch melee.
swap to melee, because he's gonna smack you with a melee attack. So there's that for the prayer flicking. So it's really just ranged and that melee attack. He has The first mechanic that he does is this beam. He's gonna shoot this water sprout at us that
Yeah.
it has it's typeless. So if you get hit by it, you're hit by it. Like nothing can save you. And he hits the center first. Exactly where I'm standing is the first place he hits, and then he rotates counterclockwise. So he's gonna go to the right, and he's gonna rotate all the way around back to the center.
Okay.
What we're gonna do, in my opinion, is the easiest way. Is when we start the fight, I'm gonna aggro him. I'm gonna be here in the center, and the first thing we're gonna do is start off at this tile where I'm
Okay.
and that way we're just attacking him. We protect range. He's gonna do the down thing, protect melee when we get hit by the waves. Then when he shoots his sprout, he's gonna shoot his sprout and it's gonna hit right here. And then he's gonna go off to the right with his sprout. So if we stay on the left, we completely ignore his water beam.
Okay.
And that's one mechanic we don't got to worry about. But he's going to rotate around, and eventually if we stay standing here, he's going to hit us. So what we do is we start here. When we see he does the water beam and he rotates around, a simple boom. Now I'm on this side, and when he rotates all the way around, he's still not going to hit me because I'm on the right side now and he already covered this area.
Okay.
You get me?
Yeah, I'm with you.
All right. Well, if I explain something horribly, please let me know because I'm bad at explaining.
No, you're explaining
Zygomite.
really, really well. But you know what I'm like.
All right, cool. Turn off your prayer. You're wasting all your prayer.
Yeah, that is a very good point.
So there's one more mechanic that I gotta explain. He's
Okay.
gonna hit one of us with a cloud of smoke. That cloud of smoke, you just run to the little corner by like his left claw, and then you let it drop out of the way. The whole point is don't put the smoke in the area that we fight. So if you get hit with the smoke, just move over there, let it drop. When it drops, come back over here. You get me?
Yeah.
Hopefully I get hit with the smoke first. So you're gonna see me start in the center, but that's just because I need to drop my depth swiftness. Oh shit, I didn't go to 100% adrenaline. You ready?
Right. Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. So I drop my depth swiftness. I'm gonna go over here. That's the melee.
Oh, yeah, I missed the melee.
That's the sprout. So he's moving around. We go to the right side right here so you don't get hit with it. And then we could go back to the left side. So when he hits it again, we don't got to worry about it. That's the pink bomb. If you can, see if you can move over here so it's not in our way. Don't worry about it if you die. Yeah, it's your first time, so. No
Yeah,
worries.
I'm just missing the melee. And I just ran into the smoke.
I'm gonna tell you out so we can do that again.
Okay, sweet.
All right. That wasn't bad for your first go. Wasn't bad at all.
Okay, yeah, I need to make sure I'm looking at what the boss is doing and not what my bars are doing. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna have to go through Port Saran. It's not far from there though, to be fair.
Yeah, it's not that bad, right?
This looks yeah, this Elite Dungeons count. It looks really fun, but it's kind of one of those things you definitely want to learn in a group, really. It's why I've never touched it before. But Mello is the beast of Elite Dungeons 1.
I live here.
Hey?
I literally live here.
Pretty much.
You know what's so amazing about Elite Dungeons 1?
What?
Is if you're not really in the mood to sweat and you just kind of want to take it slow, you can do it at your own pace. If you want to be a sweat, you can be a sweat in Elite Dungeons. If you want to be casual and just relax and take your time, you can be casual, you can relax, and you can take your time. You can't do that as Zami, because Zami is the same boss.
Yeah.
It's like you gotta perform well. But Elite Dungeons is like, it's so versatile of a piece of content.
Alright.
I'm gonna start. You ready?
Yep.
Alright, cool. You're ready for his melee? Melee.
Apparently not.
It'll take you some time to get used to it. Alright, get on this side.
Over this side, yeah.
Now get on the left side. Alright, he hits you with the smoke. If you want to go drop it off somewhere else. That's the melee. Alright, we got
Okay. Right,
yeah,
so
it's definitely a practice and timing thing. That's the type
Yeah.
of thing you go in here, you do your thing, you find what works for you. What works for me might not be what works for you. And that's the beautiful thing about this game, right? We all have our own unique ways of doing things that we find
Of working
easier
out
that
and
type of
finding
stuff.
workarounds.
Yeah. So what I do now is I'm back. I go back here. I fight him from back here, and when he hits the splash, I don't move at all. I resonance the first big beam, and then I disruption shield the second beam, and I just stand here the whole time. But I feel like the other one is easier.
Yeah. But it's just so you can get through the door quicker.
Door quicker, and I don't move. Well, actually, would that be easier for you because your hardest thing is movement, right?
I mean, it is. It definitely is. Focusing on just doing keybinds as much as possible is definitely better than trying to move about accurately.
So, do you have disruption shield?
Don't I need a spellbook switch for it?
Actually, you have reflect. Before I say we try this, let me throw this out there. So you already experienced the way that I showed you. That's move to the left, move to the right, and then the smoke and stuff like that. How would you feel if you still have to move for the smoke, right? Because once you get the smoke, you're not gonna
get it out of the way.
You gotta move for the smoke no matter what. But how would you feel if instead we were on the opposite side and you stand there, but you have to make sure to prayer flick for the splash, and then for the beam you use resonance the first time? And
I think because it's less inputs while I'm learning, it's going to be easier to do the movement because it's less thing to think about. It's easier to work out what I'm doing because I'm slow, and it's going to take me a while to get like not hit by the melee and shit like that.
Yeah, I feel you. All right, so you see this guy with the sword right here? Be careful with him. He does this like spin-a-rooney move that is just absolutely fucking devastating. So I get rid of these two guys. And then these guys right here, these three, you gotta make sure to eliminate them ASAP. So I AoE target the one in the middle and protect range if they spin.
Why am I not there?
Protect range. Yeah, if they get to their spin, protect range because they'll literally kill you.
Okay.
So those are one of the most dangerous mobs in this whole dungeon. These guys are normal. Just do your AoE stuff. Then we just ignore all the ice fiends and the crocodiles and all of that type of stuff. Zoom all the way down here. You need to eat, because stuff does hurt sometimes. And then there's this one guy by himself all the way down here. We just get rid of him. That drops this barrier. And then we're gonna run into more like AoE type stuff here.
You fight these? Oh no.
Yeah, the Zealots is the one that we gotta get rid of to get the barrier down. There's these melee guys here. We gotta try to get out of here before they do stuff. Go up and to the right. Then we're gonna get in the center. You're gonna see where I stand. I get right here. Right here. And just AoE them down.
That's because I'm waiting to auto attack and they're dying too quickly.
And then these are the magic guys. So I protect magic, I anticipate, and then rapid fire. Well, just get two of them down. So then I do this little thing here. Before you go down, actually, let me get rid of these guys so I can explain this part to you, because there's a couple of ads here that you don't want to. Can you surge and bladed dive? Like,
I can
together.
I'm still practicing it, but I'm getting there.
So what I do is I go to the very tip of the stairs, and then I surge, bladed dive, and it doesn't trigger the sword guys to the left.
Okay.
If that's an issue, there's another way that you can do it. So no worries. So I get to this wall, AoE everybody down. And So before you go through here, I want you to tilt your camera behind this wall. I don't know if you see them. They're like kind of sneaky. The Death Lotus robes.
Oh yeah.
They hurt like crazy.
Okay.
They hurt like crazy. Those are the guys that attack you with range. If they start spinning while you're attacking the next ads for the barrier, you're most likely dead. So you see the pillar to the right of you? The blue pillar on the wall?
Yeah.
So right here to my right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So what I do is I'll be walking, and the moment I'm lined up with that pillar, I surge and bladed dive to the right. So surge, bladed dive to the right, and it doesn't aggro the Death Lotus.
Oh, I did
Look at that,
that.
you got it. First try. First try. And then I AoE these guys, the Zealots, because they're the ones that bring down the barrier. Oh, protect range, the Death Lotus.
Signed.
Telly out if you got to. Alright, Telly out.
Okay.
Yeah, so if they by any chance aggro, you gotta keep in mind, like pay attention to them. And if you see them start spinning, you protect range and devotion. Because it'll literally just kill you.
I might go on for some solos after. No, I probably should learn to solo it just because it'll make going with other people, I'll be less of a, well, more on holding everyone back. Doing
Honestly,
nothing, not really.
Elite Dungeons, it's really one of those group stuff that, but I don't think anybody is going to be holding anybody back. I feel like it's very well balanced, and it's really just a group fun thing. It's not really something that you got to worry about too much. Like maybe in stuff like Solak, because Solak has certain like thresholds of HP that you got to hit so that you don't get this crazy mechanic. But in Elite Dungeons, it's really not that bad. It's just like a fun group encounter type of shit.
Just go chill out with a few friends, like.
Yeah, exactly.
Tell you what, though,
And
it is interesting.
Sorry,
It is interesting listening to you explain mechanics of a boss, listening to Amish Paradise in the background.
I was gonna say Elite Dungeons can feel very overwhelming because it's 3 different bosses with their own unique mechanics, and there's on top of that all the ads that you gotta go through, and the ads hit hard, and even some of the ads have mechanics where they do the little spin move that hurts, and you gotta like prayer change. So it can be overwhelming at first, but I promise you, like once you get it down, you're gonna be like, oh, I got this. I don't got nothing to worry about. So at first, it is it's a learning curve. It's definitely a learning curve.
It's a pre-melee for this one.
Yeah, this one's pretty melee.
Did you say that if he aggroes you, I shouldn't need to worry too much about movement? It's just gonna be like DPS as much as possible.
The only thing you gotta worry about with Masuta is protect melee, and when you see him doing his spinning move in duo, just get away from it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have aggro on him. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna protect melee, and when he does his spinning move, I'm gonna use devotion so that I don't get absolutely destroyed. But in duo, what you're gonna do is you're gonna step away. That's it.
Okay.
And then at the end, he does like a range attack, like in his last phase. He does a range attack, which you're gonna protect range. And then when he shoots up in the air, you're gonna protect magic, because he's gonna come down with a big purple smoke bomb, and that one deals a bunch of magic damage.
Okay.
So let's give this a shot. So I'm gonna devotion here. If you see purple stuff, that means it's his magic attack. But right now he just hits with melee mostly. So you see the little purple stuff, you get away from that, because when it opens, So here I just protect magic. Make sure I don't get hit by it. And now he's in his water phase, so he's gonna start sprouting these waters. Come close to this thrashing water. He's immune right now, so you can't hit him. So hit this thrashing water close to it, like in melee distance, and you're gonna get a buff that says 5%, and you're gonna get like an extra 5% every time you kill one when you're in melee distance of it. And what that's gonna do is it's gonna give you protection on his magic attacks. You gotta protect magic, sorry, I didn't freaking tell you. Just eat up, because this part hurts.
Focus on eyes again.
So yeah, you just get near the thrashing water, eliminate it, and then you get the little buff, the protection thing, and it makes the last phase a bit easier because his magic attack won't hurt so hard. Oh, let me get aggro. That's the magic one.
Yeah.
So you saw that purple smoke?
Yeah.
When he does that, you protect magic. Oh shit.
Zygamite.
Did I almost jeopardize? Magic. Range. Boom. So it feels like a mess at first, but you did well. You did really well, honestly.
I didn't die on that one.
Yeah. Oh, I fucked this up. Oh, I fucked this up. God damn it. Protect magic and use devotion. And go all the way down here. These hurt. And then just kill these three. The last three closest to Seiryu. And after we kill these three, Telly out. Alright, Telly out. I'm gonna sit here and regain my health. And that's it. We're on Seiryu now.
Oh,
Zygamite.
You're
yeah.
about to have your first KC.
Yeah, I was anxious for nothing, as per usual. It's always the way though, isn't it? Especially when you've never really, I mean, you were probably there at some point, like, when you think about learning a new boss and it's like,
Oh yeah, every time.
Yeah.
Every time. Yeah. It's like that. It's like the bosses, they're scary looking, man. They're
This-
intimidating.
they're scary looking and every single one of them is high effort. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's God Wars 1, when you're a lower level player, everything is effort to put in. I've got to actually think about this boss. This is why I say it's harder than Elden Ring. Because Elden Ring, I don't give a f how I'm feeling, I will go and try any boss. I don't have to use my brain, I just have to dodge shit.
Yeah, I get you. The mechanics, I've never really played Souls games. I've always watched them, but I never really played them myself. But the mechanics are pretty much just dodge and then attack, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, when you get into New Game Plus, and like you're in the late New Game Plus, like 7 or 8, then it really does get to the point where
New Game Plus is you beat the whole game and then you started New Game Plus, right?
yeah, you beat the whole game, you
Plus 7 or 8 means you've done that like 7-8 times already.
7 or 8 times, and it increases the health and damage of every boss every time you do a New Game Plus. So that's when it actually gets like really fun, and you've actually got to start putting in a bit more effort. But it's still basically just dodge. All that's different is you'll activate 10 boosts before you go in, and you've got to get a bit better at dodging. Even though it has been a lot more chill than Karapak, it's still, you know.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's a lot to take in.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot to take in. And the way you get better at it is you just throw yourself at it.
Yeah, it's what makes it fun. It's more fun if you die more, though, I think.
Yeah, it is definitely more fun if you die.
It's your prison. Okay, so what do we need to know?
I feel like the Seiryu fight is more like something that you gotta see. So I'm gonna say what you need to be aware of is there's a lot of crawling hands. If those crawling hands hit you, like, you're pretty much dead. So you have to be very, very careful. And let's say you're attacking somewhere and the crawling hands are, so there's gonna be like this yellow target thing on the floor. You're gonna see an arrow blinking and it's gonna be a target. And once that target stops, you're gonna see crawling hands coming at you. And those crawling hands are gonna go in the same direction of where that arrow was pointing. And that arrow was pointing to your location where you were currently standing. So all you have to do when that arrow stops pointing is just move out of the way.
Okay.
So that it can keep going in its direction. It's not going to follow you to your new place. If you were standing here the arrow pointing finishes and you start seeing the hands coming, it's gonna come directly to your tile. So you just move over to the next tile, and you'll
Does
see the
internet
hands keep
porn
going
know you're
to your
cheating on
whole
it?
tile, and it doesn't hit you. So there's that, and he also spawns hands from like the left and the right side of the platform, like next to his head, like the left side of his head and the right side of his head, and they come from the end of that platform inwards. So that's just something that you want to be wary of, because they'll go down like vertically. I don't know how to explain it, but you'll see it.
Okay.
So it's hands is something you got to be careful with. You see his little left tentacle that's kind of up there on the corner.
Yeah.
That tentacle, every time it dips down, it does like this downward motion. It'll spawn a black hole directly underneath you, and that black hole will also deal like typeless. I think it's typeless if I remember correctly. Typeless damage directly underneath you. So you also just have to move out of the way.
So there's a bit of movement.
Yeah, Seiryu does have a lot of movement, I'm not gonna lie. When I was learning, the hardest thing for me was all of the stuff on the floor. Paying attention to all of the stuff on the floor.
Yeah. Because I've got a really bad
there's-
habit of staring at my ability bar and not looking at what the boss is actually doing.
So be aware of the floor. It's similar to Razio phase 4. You know how everything starts blowing up on the floor?
Yeah.
And you kind of in a way you got to be dealing damage.
You
and
gotta
paying
kite a
attention
bit.
to the fight. Yeah, but you also got to be kiting it and looking at the floor. Oh, let me not go there. I'm about to get blown up by like 3 of the freaking purple explosions. So it's similar to that, but it's different here because it's crawling hands, and it's these black holes that every time the tentacle on the left slaps, you have to move as well. So no worries if you die here. I know mobility is something that, like, moving around and stuff is something that you gotta get better at. So don't worry about dying.
Yeah.
The only other mechanic he has is his breath. When he does his breath, you can tackle it a few different ways, whatever you're most comfortable with. You could resonance it. You can protect magic and use devotion. If you don't have devotion, you don't have resonance, you can use
Debilitate, reflect. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just reflect.
So, you know, yeah, typical stuff like that. Everything hits hard the same way. The hands hit hard if they touch you. The little black hole in the bottom that the tentacle spawns hits hard. His breath absolutely smacks. So it's punishing if you mess up. So no worries if you die. And then when we get him down, his head goes down. We just go up on the crystals and we damage as much as we can. Just go all out on damage. And we're probably gonna 2-cycle. So we'll go back down, we'll have to do his head again, and then we go back up and we finish off the rest of the crystals.
Okie dokie. Not gonna lie, that tentacle thing kind of makes it look like he's doing a Salt Bay thing.
It does.
But I need to pot up again first. What am I praying? Magic?
You're praying Soul Split, and when he does his magic breath, his big breath, you're gonna want to pray magic. Everything else is typeless, so you could pretty much just... Oh wait, no, he does magic attacks too. Everything that's purple that he hits you with is magic. So
Okay.
if you don't want a Soul Split flick, just protect magic.
I think I'll just keep Protect Magic for now. Okay.
And currently I get directly underneath him, but when I first learned, I got a little bit in front of him because you got more room to play with the space in front of him. So underneath him, I think is a little bit more risky because there's hands that spawn under there. So I think we're gonna just start right here at first. So that's a magic hit. So right here, you just gotta be weary of if his tentacle goes down, he's gonna spawn the little smoke thing on us. That's his magic attack, so resonance or protect magic. Yeah, you got that.
Or just tank it.
Tentacle goes down, so move. Tentacle went down again, you gotta move again. Oh shit, that was fast. Oh, I was not expecting it for his head to go down that fast. So you just gotta go up. There's these little shackle platforms on each side. You just go up,
Okay.
and then you
So
attack
do
the
we
crystal.
do each side in a normal run? One of us would take each side, like.
Yeah, eventually that is what you want to get to. But for right now, we're fine. We're chilling. I don't even have my death swiftness or anything. I was not expecting us to get his head down that fast. Alright, so let's see if we can get this down.
Marked it as well. Oh yeah, I didn't think of using...
Boom. Alright. So... Oh, I didn't even use my Dominion Mines. I don't think we're gonna get this one because this is a bit tight to do, but we can try our best. He's gonna heal 2 more times. Let me just go in.
Well, we're close. There we go.
Damn, a 1 cycle on the first go. You're crazy, dude. What the hell? A 1 cycle
That worked
on the
well.
first try.
I think that was mostly you, though. Let's be honest. I mean, you're in like tier
I mean, the
95.
death mark, and you win it. I couldn't have done that by myself. I could not have done that by myself.
Okay.
Stop trying to put all the shit on me.
Man.
Oh, you know you're
It
cheating
wasn't
on
on me. You huffed like crazy.
Yo, thank you for the follow, engineer.
Oh, don't tell you out. Go back
That-
down on the platform
Yeah.
before I forget. And you're gonna use your feather on Seiryu.
Okay. Oh, is this for an achievement? Tickling. Do you know? Right. Is this a Harry Potter reference? Because the motto for Hogwarts is never tickle a sleeping dragon.
Oh, I have no idea, honestly.
I think that might be a Harry Potter reference. Bless you,
That's
Seiryu. Sweet. That's 1 case at Seiryu done.
I cannot believe we got a 1 cycle on your first try.
And my loot will be in the box.